Alright, welcome back guys. This is the MLG Providence finals with Leenock and Naniwa. Of course, Leenock is playing on someone else's account, so he just says Timber on this. And they are spawning on dual site, I believe. This is a special map. We have two different tile sets. We've got the fiery evil side, which the Zerg is on, and the lush green Protoss side. Of course, the Protoss is red, so you'd think he'd be spawning on the lava side, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Right, so the series is tied 1-1. It is a best of 5. So we're going to have to see, and is that a 7 pull? A 7 pull for Leenock. Naniwa is going the same build he's gone the past previous 2 games, which he was going Nexus first, so a 7 pull could be very deadly. There is of course only one spawn location for each player on this map, so Naniwa is going to see this coming very soon. Let's see. How is Naniwa going to react when he sees this spawning pool? Leenock is up to 8 drones now, and Naniwa has spotted it. Leenock did the little extractor trick there with the 8 pull. The 7 pull into 8 drones, then you build an extractor, build 3 lings and cancel, which allows you to get an additional lings. You've got your 6 lings and 11 out of 10 supply, and Naniwa's seen what's gone wrong, and he is getting a forge up first this time. Instead of going his really bold, greedy Nexus first, which paid off from one game, didn't the second because of the really good roach placement by Leenock. So we're going to have to see, is he going to place a cannon and still try and get his Nexus, or is he going to try and find a... No, he's putting it in the mineral line. So let's see how Leenock uses his lings. Interesting, he set 1 onto this pylon, so he's guaranteed to take out 100 minerals worth of damage and also supply block. Naniwa, if he takes it down. I hadn't thought of that. I would have just taken all of my lings into the main. Cannon is now finished, and it looks like Leenock's taking the rest of his lings down to take out that forge and that pylon. Of course, that's really annoying when you get supply blocked at this point of the game. He is chrono boosting. And he has built an additional sneaky. He's not supply blocked, he built a cannon and a pylon here so that he could prevent any expansions from Leenock. So Leenock has spotted that, and unfortunately it's already up, so he can't do anything about it for a while. So he is sending a drone to the 3rd. Take that instead. Leenock's looking for any damage area he can make, although all the probes seem to be in range of the cannon, so he won't be able to do any damage there. Naniwa getting a forge up again, and his gateway's almost finished. It looks like he wants to expand out. Of course, these 2 lings will prevent any more cannon shenanigans from Naniwa. Leenock getting his gas now. And we're going to have to see, as Leenock's been very aggressive the past 2 games, doing very quick roach ling all-ins, as well as he built some hydras after the Stargate came out last turn. But Naniwa is trying to stop that expansion at all costs. But Leenock does manage to get it down. Of course, Naniwa's not going to be able to expand until he's able to deal with these lings, so he's going to need a zealot or 2. And that cannon's just going to be so annoying to deal with. It's going to be so hard to take it out with lings because of its positioning against this mineral patch in this pylon. And Leenock has thrown down a roach warren. So we have the one zealot that was trying to clear the lings out, and it was taken out by Naniwa, by Leenock. And he's continuing to build zealots so he can finally get the Zergs out of his area. And Leenock's finding anywhere he can make damage, trying to snap that zealot by surrounding it. And nice placement by Leenock. He's trying to get his lings in a position where if the zealot comes down he can grab it. But the stalker is out now, and no speed on the way it looks for Leenock, and of course one stalker can actually kite slowlings for quite a while, almost probably indefinitely unless they go around and trap them. So it forces Leenock to retreat. And the probe is now coming down, placing the pylon and the Nexus next, I imagine. Leenock is being very active with those lings to try and delay it for as long as possible. His expansion is now finished, and he has 6-7 roaches out. And he's not using them to take out that cannon, it looks like. He's maybe wants to be aggressive again, stop that expansion from ever going up. Although this pylon could become a lot more dangerous than he suspects, because he'll be able to warp in units later. But with this small gateway army, these roaches would be able to almost definitely take out anything that comes up. There's no cannons ready yet, or even being built, so he will be able to harass this side of the Nexus, and if these units try and come in, he can come around with his lings. But we have warped in 3 zealots up at Leenock's base, taking out the probe. Looks like Naniwa's going to be forced to cancel his expansion. But we have 3 zealots going straight into the middle line. For Naniwa taking out drones and cancels and here we have drones fighting zealots, and use the drone drill there. And 1 down. He's going to looks like he's going to lose his queen. Is he going to save it? He loses the queen and he takes out all the drones. Well, we only killed 5 workers. That's actually a really good trade for Leenock. 5 workers I think costs 250 minerals, and 3 zealots cost 300, so he actually came out a bit ahead there. Although we did lose the queen, which was the major loss, so he actually didn't come out ahead. He has now 3 more zealots coming into this base. Of course the production is the big reason you want the queen, not just the 150 mineral cost. But it looks like these zealots won't get any damage down. He microed his drone away, and that looks like a full 300 mineral loss for Naniwa. It is now 10 minutes of the game, and his Nexus is not even halfway done. He has almost finished level 1 weapons though, and he has 3 functional warp gates, as well as getting his 4th, and he did take out that cannon and pylon finally, and getting his 3rd. So his 3rd's going to finish slightly after Naniwa's natural, so that gives Leenock a really good opportunity to drone up, or just to mass produce units, and we have only 5 sentries and 3 stalkers defending at the moment. He's getting that cannon now finally, but with these 7 roaches he should be able to do quite a bit of damage again on these 2 gateways, and even the Nexus. He could scoot forward a bit and try and kill that photon cannon before it comes up, but it looks like he's just going to try and harass the Nexus like he did the last 2 games. Leenock is getting +1 melee attack, so it looks like he might be doing some heavy ling usage later in the game, but for now he's just using the roaches. The cannon is now finished. Got 1 gateway not being transformed into a warp gate just yet. Naniwa transferring those probes. His main is really about halfway mined out because of that long engagement. You can see that Leenock has still got quite a few minerals, and of course he's got access to 3 mineral patches over 2, or 1.5 really. So 12 minutes into the game, and Naniwa is going for that +1 armor after he's got his +1 weapons. Leenock seeing if he can scoot any lings in through, do a little bit of a run by. And Naniwa has no map present, he has no units around the map, but he is getting a Twilight Council and a robotics base, so might be going Blink Colossus. I don't think we're going to see any DTs because Leenock's really on his game at the moment. He's already got the Evo chamber out, so, and the layer's already finished, so DTs wouldn't do too much damage, although he might want Archons. Of course, it's cheaper to get Archons from High Templar rather than Dark Templar. Spire has started for Leenock, as well as Burrow and the Glial Reconstitution, which is the roach movement speed. 15 additional drones being pumped out for Leenock, so Leenock's going to be able to use 3 hatcheries macro potential to just pump out heaps and heaps of drones, and then switch into heaps and heaps of units. So you can see that Leenock is about 10 supply up at the moment. And yes, we do have Blink coming out, but we have a Observer coming out first. The robotic support bay hasn't been started yet, so we'll have to see. Leenock getting 4 spine crawlers at his expansion, although not the fire expansion just yet, which I think would be the more vulnerable, and he is getting the macro hatch there as well. He already has another queen, so we'll be able to inject quite quickly. And there we go, the robotic support bay coming down, as well as one immortal. Blink's almost finished, and Leenock kills 1 worker. I think he got lost 1 or 2 Zerglings, so it's about an even trade there. The observer coming out next to this cool Protoss thing that just does nothing but just looks cool. And floating crystal here for no reason. It's actually a really cool map. We've got watchtowers that look like gateways. 1 red, 1 blue. And 10 Mutalisks plus air. Attack 1 coming out. Of course this is going to be give Leenock the potential to just run around and harass his entire base. Makes it really hard for the Protoss to move out. And he has spotted the Mutalisks. Melee 2 coming out for Leenock, as well as the additional 4 spine crawlers at his expansion, his second expansion, so he's got a total of 8 spine crawlers now. And these Mutalisks are going to be so annoying to deal with. It's like Naniwa is putting up a cannon in advance, keeping his army in his base. He's got blink now, so he can blink in. But then again, Leenock could try and come in from this side while he's attacking from the other air angle. He is getting another 6 Mutalisks. And he's up about 40 supplies, so you can see that when a Zerg has this many bases, they can just pump out so many units at once. Especially if their injects are good, which is probably the most important part of playing Zerg. Leenock does have the entire map, as well as both watchtowers. So we have Naniwa trying to get his 3rd, and to win this game at the moment, he has to just not give the Protoss his 3rd, and continue to build units, and it really, it's going to be an easy win for Leenock, I think. He's trying to get the gold at the 4th. And he is about 40 supply up. He is now producing 28 Lings and another 5 Mutalisk. He currently has 20 Mutalisk. That's quite a nasty ball, especially with all the splash damage and the +1. Almost finished, I think. Yeah, it's just finishing now. As well as Ventral Sacks, so we might be seeing some drop play. We have 4 Mutalisks, not part of his control group. And then this Mutalisk ball gets bigger and bigger. These Stalkers are going to have a lot more trouble dealing with them. If the Mutalisk count gets so big that it can take out these Stalkers, then he's going to have free reign over the entire base. Of course, Naniwa's forced to split up his army into 2 groups at the moment, keeping the sentries with the Colossus, because then he can wall off with the force fields and attack with the Colossus. While the Stalkers have to patrol his main. He has +2 weapons, 22 Lings, and a Baneling nest coming out, as well as the pneumaticized carapace. So it looks like we're going to be seeing some Baneling drops. We've got the Mutalisks coming in here now, harassing the Stalkers. He's got the Blink Stalkers are over here. They haven't got any time, and he's able to. Looks like he's going to take out that. Oh, Colossus escapes with 6 HP. Leenock has over 100 Lings, 77 drones, 259 probes, 23 Mutalisk, and when he starts morphing those into Banelings, they're going to be so deadly. The melee attack is +2, so that'll be quite a lot of damage, as well as +2 flyer attack and level 1 carapace. He's morphing in 20 Banelings at the moment. Has Naniwa spotted the Baneling nest? He has. How is he going to react to it? It's really going to be difficult for him to deal with this big ball of Mutalisk. He's got the AoE from the Mutalisk, the Lings go in and take the Stalkers, and then the Mutalisk just destroy anything that's left. We have the Centrifugal Hooks, which is the Baneling speed coming in. And we have some nice Mutalisk micro by Leenock. It's 200 to 160, and here we go, there's the attack. The Mutalisks are going in, the Stalkers are being hit by the carpet bomb. They're blinking out, but they've still got Banelings going. The Mutalisks are coming in and out, in and out. Leenock's up about 40 supply, and the Stalkers are falling. It's 22 Stalkers to 23 Mutalisk. So it's looking really bad for Naniwa at this point. Looks like Leenock's going to take 2-1. We see the sneaky overlord's been here from the beginning of the map, hiding in these rocks, peeking over, spotting the Protoss army, but he has been spotted and his hidden position is now revealed. An additional 70 lings coming in for Leenock, as well as Flyer Carapace 1, and additional Mutalisks, as well as the Infestation Pit. And we have some Archons morphing in for Naniwa. And of course he is making them from the Templar Archives, which is the cheaper Archons. But here we have the big Zerg group of units coming in. Naniwa's about 50 supply behind, so the Zerg just has to keep pressure on him. His Lings are running past to get away from the Colossus and running straight to the Stalkers. All the Colossus are dead, and I think at this point Leenock could probably just kill all the Stalkers with Mutalisk. An additional round of Warplanes has evened out the Mutalisk Stalker count, and some nice Blink Micro by Naniwa forces the Mutalisk away. But the Zerg is getting 13 Mutalisk at the moment from his stored larvae, and the Pathogen Glands for the Infestors. A little bit of Warp in at the gold to try and harass Leenock's extra mineral base. And Naniwa has been able to keep this base, but he's 70 supply down. Leenock has 5 bases, his main just being out of minerals now, except for there's 45 minerals. And at this point Leenock can just keep building units and sort of just smash them into the Protoss. More Templar coming out to form Archons. And here comes the Zerg. Leenock about 80 supply up, and he is holding them in with his Lings, and here come the Banelings. The Stalkers are running, but there's nowhere. He's going to have to blink somewhere, and Banelings get good hits, and now the Mutalisk completely outnumber the Stalkers, and Naniwa GG's putting Leenock into a 2-1 lead. So let's get into the next game, guys.